All right, we're recording. Welcome, everybody. I'm so excited to see so many of you jumping on. Welcome to everybody, especially our guest. Thank you for joining us here tonight. My name is Tori Hill, and you're in for a treat tonight. I first want to share my story with you, and then we have a very, very special guest tonight with an incredible story. So let me go ahead and share my screen because I want you to see my beautiful family first, because I'm very proud. And then we'll go ahead and start. This is my beautiful family. My name is Tori Hill, and I was born and raised in Houma, Louisiana, and I'm very proud to be a Cajun. This is my husband, Tim, my two daughters, Jenna, and this is why I do what I do. I used to be a school teacher. I taught religion to first and second graders. I also tutored children after school Monday through Friday. My husband was a registered nurse and a personal trainer. We've been together since 1982, met back in high school. And things were going really good for us. Bought the house, bought the car, bought the truck. We even had a boat at one time. The girls, were growing up to be teenagers. And then guess what? Life happened, life hit us, and it hit us really hard. Medical bills piling up. I remember coming into my office and looking at the medical bills just spread out over the desk, wondering how I was going to pay them. So I was on my knees praying for something to come into my life when some friends of ours introduced this amazing video to us and a huge opportunity with products that have totally changed my life. So we took a really good look at it. We enrolled in this amazing company called Lifevantage 8 years ago. And let me tell you, it has totally changed our direction, because at one point, Tim and I were about to lose our home, and our marriage was suffering because of that financial strain. So what Lifevantage has done for us is we were able to walk away from our jobs, all four of them, in 16 months. And I'm here to tell you, it saved my home, saved my marriage, and we get to travel. As you can see in these pictures, we travel and we get to spend that quality time together. It's part of my why. This is my why, my beautiful family. So I'm going to talk to you tonight about how we biohack the aging code. We're so used to being hijacked physically, mentally, by the air we breathe, the food we eat. But we're going to talk to you tonight about biohacking your body, by taking control of your biology, by making your body the best version it could possibly be. And we do that with nutrigenomics. That's how nutrition works in our genetics. So I want to share this really quick video with you. Then I'm going to come back and talk to you about NRF2 activation.
Take a deep breath. Hold it. Now gently exhale. Ironically, while oxygen is necessary for all human life, it is also the element that is at the root of the aging process. That's because oxidative stress, which is a toxic level of reactive oxygen in your cells, is one of the primary causes of cell damage and the adverse effects of aging. It's almost as if your cells were slowly rusting from the inside. There's no stopping the process, but as with rust, there are ways to slow it down, to inhibit the aging process, and even reverse oxidative stress. It's called nutrigenomics, the science of using nutrition and naturally occurring compounds to affect gene behavior and attack the root causes of aging. Another root cause of aging is the depletion of mitochondria in your cells as you age. Mitochondria that are the powerhouses or engines of your cells. Nutrigenomics delivers a one-two punch that creates stronger cells that are better equipped to fight the effects of aging by using the NRF2 pathway to help the body produce more antioxidants, and using the NRF1 pathway to boost mitochondrial production, which inhibits the aging process and increases the energy level in your cells. Aging is inevitable. The rust comes back. The engine loses some power. But now we don't have to take aging lying down. Lifevantage's study of nutrigenomics fights the root causes of aging to help people look and feel younger, naturally. Lifevantage, at the forefront of nutrigenomics.
I get so excited every time I see that. But this is our flagship product, Protandim. It is not a supplement. It doesn't supplement anything in the body. It activates our body. It basically turns our body on. So I want you to think about this. Oxidative stress. If you've never heard of it, think about an apple. If I cut up an apple and I place it on the table, it will turn brown. That's oxidation. So think about the food that you eat, the air that you breathe. Think about what's happening on a cellular level. Our product, Protandim, lowers that oxidative stress on an average of 40% in 30 days, period. It is a category-creating product, and the world needs to know about it. It's done some amazing things for me, and it's done a lot for other people. And here you can see it's been featured on NBC, Wall Street Journal, the Today Show, ABC. We've got patents that protect us. We've also got other products that I'm going to share with you. But first, I want to talk to you about PubMed.gov. When we were shown this 8 years ago, I was a school teacher. I was a researcher. Guys, you don't have to research anything. It is here. The proof is here on a website called PubMed.gov, which represents publication, medical, and of course, government. And if you look at this here, look at this, our peer reviews, Ohio State, Virginia Commonwealth, LSU of Shreveport, my backyard, did 3 studies on Protandim. One of them, they concluded, breaks the link in the cycle that leads to melanoma skin cancer. Are you kidding me? Y'all, I could go on and on, but what I want to do is I want you to listen to this amazing story. So I'm going to stop sharing right now. Hold on one second. And I'm going to introduce our special guest. Go ahead and unmute for me, Norm. I'm going to go ahead and first make a disclaimer, and that is that we cannot diagnose, treat, mitigate any disease. But I want to introduce you to Norm Kelfer out of Canada. I went on a trip to Canada about a week ago and spent an entire week there with some amazing business partners. I heard story after story. I was in tears. It was the best trip and so productive. But I sat across the table from you, Norm, and we got to know each other. And I was in tears just to hear your story. So I told myself, I want you to share this with our guests and our distributors that are on here so that we could spread this to the world. Okay, I made the disclaimer. So what I want you to do, first question, Norm Hoffner from Canada, from Nanaimo, Canada, correct?
That's right.
All right. First thing I want you to do, Norm, I want you to tell me, just like you sat across the table from me, tell me a little bit about you, your background, and then what you struggled with. Go ahead.
Well, thank you for inviting me tonight, and I'm very happy to be able to speak to everyone. I'm 62 years old, and I was born with a lymphoma in my lower spinal column, and that progressed slowly and caused me a lot of grief. What initially happened was the evidence showed up in my lower leg. So I had 4 surgeries on my leg to try to correct an issue which actually did not exist. Then when I reached my teens, what started happening, I started to get neuropathic pain because the tumor had gotten so large. So I was getting neuropathic pain in my right leg. And the pain became so bad that I couldn't even sleep at night. And even during the day, I would just suffer through it, but I wasn't in a lot of pain. And what that does is it affects your life in so many ways. One, your concentration's gone. Your memory is really poor. You try to feel up for people, but you're just worn out because you haven't slept and you are always in pain. So I finally, when I moved to one of the larger cities, I saw a neurosurgeon, and they took a CAT scan, which was brand new at the time, and discovered the issue in my back, where previously they thought it was down in my legs. I had a tumor. I had 2 surgeries to try to remove that tumor. And you have to remember, those surgeries are risky. And the only reason I undertook them was because the pain was so bad. Well, the surgeries were somewhat successful. They did cause some further damage, but at least the damage had stopped. But the pain didn't stop. So one issue was dealt with, but the overriding issue wasn't. So in the time that I was dealing with all this, the doctors had been trying all sorts of medications. So I had Lyrica, I had gabapentin, I was on ketamine, I was on Tylenol 3, I had Celebrex, and then I had lots of antidepressants too to help me sleep. Now those take a toll on your liver and your kidneys. So I was always searching for something that perhaps would help differently, and was never successful. Along came a company out of the United States, and they had a new product called a spinal stimulator. So I was one of the first in Canada to get a spinal stimulator implanted on my spinal cord. Now you don't do that easily either. And I had 4 surgeries on my back for that, and that wasn't successful as well. So I was at the end of my rope. And I was also now taking 4 to 5 hydromorphones a day just so that I could sleep at night, and suffering during the day with pain. And I could not take hydromorphone all day long, as I work in human resources. And one thing you have to try to be sharp. You have to be empathetic to people. And that is very difficult when you're suffering from chronic pain. So here I am, I was worn out. I've been at the pain clinics, been at a number of neurosurgeons, and nothing was working. And I was taking hydromorphone way more than I was really wanted to. And I was approached one day as I went to see a doctor by a lady who said, "Have you heard of Protandim?" And I said, "No, I hadn't." And to tell you the truth, I was reluctant, because I have tried so many different medications and alternate medications. And each time you try one, it takes a little bit out of you. You don't have the energy to try a new one. Then the second person I talked to was Ramona, who I've known for a long time. And she happens to be a very good registered nurse. So she told me about the product, and I figured if Ramona's positive about it, the least I can do is try. Well, after about 6 weeks, my pain virtually disappeared. I no longer take Celebrex, I don't take Zopiclone any longer, and I don't take hydromorphone. And let me tell you, that is a big change in a person's life. Now, my pain isn't totally gone, but it's minimal, and it's certainly manageable. And all those other things that were affecting my life now are much better. My memory's better, my friends have commented, my weight's better. I sleep somewhat better now. I still have a sleeping issue because it's been chronic. But my life has totally changed around, physically, mentally, much happier. Everyone notices it.
Right. And so NRF2 activation has totally changed your life and a lot of your test results, correct?
Oh, absolutely. I'm also dealing with a few other issues.
Right.
I have 4th stage brain and lung cancer.
Right.
And so far, yes, my test results have come back.
Oh, yeah.
Test results have come back, and let me tell you, biohacking certainly works.
It does. It works because it's lowering that oxidative stress in your body by 40%, period.
Correct.
Absolutely. So I know you went on a trip to Europe recently, and you forgot your NRF2 activation, correct? And you struggled a little, right?
Yes, unfortunately, like most men, I pack quickly at the last minute. And one of the things that I forgot was my Protandim. Well, yeah, I was in Europe for 5 weeks. And after about 2 weeks, my pain returned just like it was before, just as bad. I had taken some painkillers with me just in case, and I had to take them again, which I was not happy about. Then when I returned, I, of course, took my Protandim immediately, and 4 days after returning, my pain had disappeared again. So what that did for me, it really confirmed, because you always wonder, how can something work so well? And it's always nagging at you, is it really the Protandim? And I now 100% categorically can say it's the Protandim that's working for me.
Wow, that's incredible. And another thing you and I were talking about at the table is you're just happier, right? And then therefore you're able to be around other people and to function and to have a somewhat normal life with your family and with your friends. So that's why we do what we do, Norm. That's why we share this with people. And since then, I know that you have joined the business.
Yes, I have. One thing you realize that, I want to share my story. I want people to do as well as I have. I want them to take this as a preventative measure so that, hopefully they never do get into situations like I do. So yes, I've become a distributor as well. And hey, ultimately that's going to help my income as I'm now retired.
Yeah, so is that your goal with Lifevantage? It's to share this amazing NRF2 activation and how we biohack the body with people, but also to bring in that extra stream of income and to help other people. Is that correct? With that extra income?
I want people to learn about our products and about the business, and that there's also an income that they could earn for themselves, which for a lot of people can make a big difference in their lives.
Right. Norm, I appreciate you so much. Don't go anywhere. What I'm going to do, I want to share the screen because I want to show people what I mean and what you mean by an income. And let's see. Let's pray that I could get to that income claim statement. Hold on. It's not working, but I am going to try it a different way. Aha, there it is. Here's an income claim statement. We are there it is. We are publicly traded, trading on NASDAQ, and this is a legal document. So as Norm said, we're going out sharing these products with the world. So why not make a residual income? I was teaching, I was trading hours for dollars. That's linear pay. This is residual. This is the income of the wealthy. This is Elvis Presley money, Michael Jackson money. They're no longer here, but they're still making millions for their family. I want you to look at this column here, the very first column. This is the difference. Oh, Ramona's saying she's not seeing it. Hold on. You're not seeing it, Ramona?
No.
Aw, I'm trying, guys. I really am. It's staring. We're going to try it again. There we go.
Yes.
Technical difficulty. I could do this. If I could do it, you could do it. Technical difficulty. Now I got it. But this is an income claim statement. The very first column is the different distributorships in our ranks. Like it starts as distributor, Pro 1, 2, goes all the way to Master Pro 10. And in this column, the very third column, this is the different income of each rank. And I want you to look at Pro 1, Pro 2, Pro 3. Guys, my story, all we needed was $300 to save our home. That's it, $300. We were doing that our very first month. So here we were saving our home the first month we joined with Lifevantage. How many people do you know out there where an extra $300 would save them like it saved Tim and I? But look at Pro 4, Pro 5. What about an extra $2,500 coming in every single month residually? Tim and I are Pro 7s in the company. Do you truthfully think that this has changed our lives? Absolutely. But make sure, the guests that are on here, make sure that you get this income claim statement from the person that invited you. And what I want to do is, we're right at 8:19, Norm. I told you we wanted to take it about 20 minutes. This is changing people's lives, like it is myself, Tim, you, a lot of people that are on this Zoom right now. It's perfect timing to get involved with this company. Not only do we have the best products, all natural, patents that protect us, peer-reviewed science. We've got standalone category creating products, but it's perfect timing to get involved right now because we are starting that excitement, that momentum, and it's time for the world to know about us. But Norm, what I want to do, it's our culture. I think what draws me to Lifevantage, more importantly, the products, the income, but it's our culture. We have a phenomenal culture. So what I wanted you to do is just leave a last few words for our guests, especially, and also our distributors on here. How do you want to close this? What do you want to share with them?
What I want to share is you're not alone. That what I found is that many people here, that anyone that you ask is willing to help you. It's only a phone call, you know, a Facebook away. So you're not alone. And those people have learned and they can teach you as well. So you can learn about the product, the business, and how to make an income. It's very simple. And you're going to be helping people like me, which I tell you is, it's like going to church every Sunday and getting blessed by God. It's so good.
I love it. Norm, I can't thank you enough for being with us tonight and for sharing your story. And again, the disclaimer, I'm going to end it with it. We cannot diagnose, cure, prevent, mitigate any disease, but you heard what NRF2 activation does for people, and you heard what the business has done. Totally changed my life, my husband's life, and here we are, we're building a legacy. Building a legacy to hand down 4 generations in my family. So what I want the guests to do, thank you for joining us first, but get with the person that invited you here. Make sure you get the answers to all your questions. And for the distributors that joined us tonight, I want you to go out and I want you to share this. Go help people like Tim and I change their life, help them save their homes, their marriages, help them with that extra stream of income, and help people like Norm. So Norm, thank you again for joining me. Everybody have a blessed night. And this is recorded, and we'll talk soon.